Hi everyone, this is Amanda with Cocopelli Living, and today I want to tell you why my work with Doterra has been so important to me in the last couple of months. I'm just so incredibly proud to be a part of this community and this company, and I want to tell you about the work that just one bottle of oil can help us do around the world. This here is Emily Wright. She's one of doTERRA's founding executives, and she's just a beautiful soul inside and out. And she walks the talk. She rolls up her sleeves and she goes and does the work on the ground on these many relief efforts that the company hosts each year. This is the kind of leadership I get to look up to every day. And everything I want to share with you today is really the heart and soul of doTERRA, and the reason I chose to become a part of this doTERRA family. I don't think I've ever really considered when I pick up a bottle of cleaning solution in my home, or reach for the perfume, or grab an over-the-counter medication from my bathroom cabinet, where it comes from. There was possibly a time during my college years where the topic came up and we discussed it, and I may have given it a split second of thought before moving on. And I thought, ignorantly so, that the days of child labor and the exploitation of people in poor countries were long gone. But I'm here to tell you today that this is still thriving. There are many American corporations who still go to these communities and exploit their land and tap their resources dry and leave these people and the land with nothing to continue on with long after they leave. The truth really is that our consumption and our consumer choices really does affect communities outside of our own. It either breaks them down or it builds them up. And I think it's a topic worth considering and thinking about. doTERRA sources oils from about 43 countries, 43 different countries. 23 of them are developing, and some of them are the world's poorest communities. So the company has an initiative that they call the Co-Impact Initiative, and this ensures that communities and the land where these essential oils are sourced from are protected before anything else, before any negotiations will start. So when Emily and her team are ready to go and source a new oil, they first go into these communities and work with the farmers to establish an infrastructure that will support the whole endeavor, or while doTERRA is there in that community. And that means that relationships and negotiations are built with the farmers as well as the towns councils and the stakeholders. Now, if you've ever gone on a missionary trip or an expedition in an impoverished community, you'll know that the town council or the tribal council and the farmers and the extended community don't always work together in a cohesive group. So doTERRA goes in and gives these people the tools to be able to work together and establish fair policies amongst themselves so that nobody's exploited. So during that same process, the needs in that community is established, and the doTERRA then make sure that those needs are met. So that could be clean water or schools, or skills building education programs, medical care, or even just the tools for farmers to be able to expand on their farming capacity. The goal being to help these communities prosper and grow to be self-reliant well after doTERRA leaves there. I also want to tell you about a foundation called the Healing Hands Foundation. These are specific donations from all us wellness advocates, as well as other donors that supports various charities. So every month as a wellness advocate, when I place my order, I have the option to click a little box that allows me to give $1 extra on my order. And all that money is used for the next charities that I'll be telling you about. The Healing Hands Foundation looks for specific programs that brings empowerment to communities that wouldn't normally have access to those resources. So one example of this is a micro-lending project that allows farmers to get small loans to grow their land and those loans then come from a reliable lender rather than to turn their land over to dangerous war or drug lords. so the farmers can keep the proceeds of their own farming capacity to then elevate their entire community rather to live in fear and have that money handed off to somebody else that does not have their well-being in mind. When natural disasters strikes in these communities that we have relationships with, Doterra immediately stops production of oils from that area and ensures that the people are taken care of first and foremost. And because of the Healing Hands donations, they can respond quickly when the need is the greatest. As we know, all our national relief efforts take quite a while to get out there. These are all images from the earthquake in Nepal where Doterra's caring hand extended quite extensively. This is one of my absolute favorite charities. You're going to love this story. So several of the communities that we work with have this cultural belief that when girls start their feminine cycles, they're considered dirty and they're told that they should not touch anything or anyone because they will get sick or die. This is just such an incredibly sad hit to these girls' self-esteem. And they often drop out of school or at the very least don't go to school during that time of the month. And so Days for Girls is a female empowerment program that provides reusable feminine products to these girls, and it educates them about their bodies. They learn that they're beautiful, and they learn that this time of the month is a beautiful and wonderful part of being a woman, and that they can be mothers, and these girls can go and be leaders in the community rather than feel shamed by their own culture. So I just personally absolutely love this program. There are many, many other charities that Doterra supports as well that you can go read about on doterra.com. A lot of them are right here in the U.S. and right around us, but you might even recognize some of these names. One of the charities that we heard from during the Doterra Global One convention this year is Operation Underground Railroad. And this story just totally shook me to my core. To hear that there are still today nearly 300,000 children in the U.S. alone trapped in sex trafficking situations and some 2 million worldwide, that is enough children to fill 13 stadiums. When I heard those statistics, I couldn't believe how ignorant I've been about the extreme need there is right here in my own community. So how can you not feel a sense of asking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? When you hear these stories. The other really cool part about being a wellness advocate and about the Healing Hands Foundation is that as a wellness advocate at a certain rank level, you can request funds from Doterra to fund your own charity projects. That means that you're not only confined to Doterra's initiatives and ideas about charity, but again, the company empowers us as wellness advocates to be able to be the good in the world, to find the need, to see it, and to be the good. You can visit doterra.com for a lot more of these stories. There's way more charities than I have time to tell you about today. This is the incredible platform, though, that we have with Doterra as wellness advocates to have a positive impact on the world. Being a part of Doterra has been a life-giving experience for me personally in just a couple of months. So maybe something here struck a chord with you, and you may want to be a part of this incredible and beautiful company, or you want to learn more about this wonderful opportunity, and please take a look at the resources on my Kokopelli Living Facebook page or inbox me for more information. This is not the only platform. This is not the only platform to do good in the world, and I want to leave one final thought with you. I've presented my platform to you, but you have something that you first have to understand is you have a skill, a talent, or a resource that this world needs. One life can have a huge impact on the world. So find your platform. Maybe it's not this, maybe it is. Find your platform and be the difference in this world. Thanks for listening.